hasad. Does the hasad of specific individuals, often hasad is often translated as envy, does the hasad of specific individuals have the ability to impact someone in alam al-malakut or alam al-dunya? This is the first question.
So the question is, does hasad of A have impact on B, on mahsud? Yeah,
I think so, yes.
yeah, because it has bad impact on the person who has hasad, who is jealous, but does he have impact on the one who is jealous towards? In malakut, no, it cannot have impact on the spiritual position of that person, but sometimes hasad can create problem for that person as well, and therefore we should ask Allah for protection. من شر حاسد إذا حسد. So sometimes either by their vicious acts they harm, or maybe by bad eye they can sometimes cause problems, sometimes I don't know, but it's not that you have no way to protect yourself. With sadaqah, with isti'adha, you can protect yourself.
Sheikhna, this is Hassan. Thank you for answering.
Alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum, by the way.
Alaikum salam.
Can I just ask a follow-up question? Because you said sometimes by the eye.
Yeah.
And we hear that all the time. And honestly, I don't know if this is a true religious concept or this is just culture. So is there such a thing that there's a hasad by the eye, that someone who is hasud, has this envy and looks at another person, and this hasad could just simply by the eye have an impact on the other person? Or is this folktale and cultural?
Yeah, it's possible. And sometimes it's even possible that someone out of love may have bad eye. But it's possible. This is one of the mechanisms that are in this world. But it's not that it would stop our life, and we should, always be thinking about this. But it's good that you always give sadaqah and always, do ista'adha, do, for for protection from such things. But you need to know that sometimes there are risks which don't come from physical channels, to say it, in this way. So sometimes risks are from physical channels. Like there is a germ, there is a, car accident, yeah, there is illness. But also we are subject to some risks which are coming from non-physical channels. So we need to protect ourselves. The key is sadaqah, dua, ista'adha.
Thank you, Sheikh.
May Allah bless you.
Ahsan, brother Hassan, thank you for that question.
May Allah bless you.
We got two more questions, inshallah. Sister Ruqya Hassan from Glasgow says, did Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam have a specific message for humanity? What virtues did he especially like?
Sorry, did
She's saying, did Imam Ali alayhi salam, Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam,
yes,
did he have a specific message for humanity? What virtues did he especially like?
Yeah, a very good question, but very broad. So I think many things that Imam Ali said is for humanity. I don't know from which angle is this question.
Specific? Is there something particular to Imam Ali that's not particular maybe to others? Is there something that he liked more than others in terms of virtues? Or maybe Sister Ruqya can help us.
Maybe.
Sister Ruqya is connecting. Yeah.
Sister Ruqya, okay.
Oh no, sorry to interrupt. And so it's because I read that Ibn Arabi, the 12th century mystics, and
Yes.
he wrote, as you know, the very famous book Fusus al-Hikam, about each prophet and the specific wisdom that they brought. And I think the Imams, each of them came with a specific speciality. And I just really want to know more about what Imam Ali alayhi salam, what he liked, what we can pick up about him as a person, because it just makes it easier for us to connect if we know some things that he liked.
Yeah. I think that idea maybe is more true about the prophets and not imams, because the prophets, especially messengers, had different missions, and sometimes maybe they highlighted different things. But imams were maybe consistent in the message, although they exhibited different virtues depending on the requirements of the time. But I think their wisdom and the message was similar. But perhaps we can say social justice is something that is standing out very much from life and sayings of Imam Ali alayhi salam. And I think this is very important for humanity. Although my understanding is that it's all based on first the issue of honor and karama, but karama is a very important aspect of justice, because justice is to respect rights of people, and greatest right that people have is right for karama, for izzah. So in Imam Hussein alayhi salam, in Imam Mahdi, this idea of karama and izzah is very important. And we can say maybe Imam Ali, with emphasis on social justice and justice, paved the way for that.
Thank you, that's very helpful. Thank you both.
You're welcome. May Allah bless you, inshallah. Thank you.
And the last question for today that we received was the following. I recently heard in a lecture from another speaker that prayers initially were legislated as 2 rak'ahs for each of the 5 daily prayers. Then Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and his family requested from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to add 2 rak'ahs to Dhuhr and Asr and Isha prayers, as well as 1 rak'ah to Maghrib prayers. The lecturer mentioned that Prophet Muhammad ﷺ had the God-given ability to change the laws of Islam, which includes such changes in prayers. Is this narration accurate? And is it true that the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and his family can legislate in their religion by himself? It would be great if you can clarify this point. Thank you.
This is something that is very a scholarly discussion, and I remember in Dars Kharij, our teacher, addressed this topic. We know that lawmaker is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but it's possible that Allah left some space for the Prophet, and my teacher believed even for imams, to introduce some laws or make some changes. Like for example, maybe the lawmaker, for example in a country, the main body for making legislations is parliament. But then parliament can allocate some areas that the ministers, cabinet can, make some changes or, introduce derivative laws. So we have some hadiths to support this idea that the Prophet was also given the power of introducing some legislations. But this is a very scholarly discussion, and there is no need to, have a firm belief here, everyone should, for example, have a firm belief here. We say whatever is in the knowledge of Allah, we accept.
Thank you very much, Sheikhna. Thank you for that, and inshallah this completes the question and answer period.